I thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to all of you. I do appreciate the invitation to be here. I was heartened to see you reject the language, the unfortunate language, the background, and to do it so overwhelmingly. But I think you also have to understand that this was the background for resolutions, and there is an impact of those background materials on the resolutions themselves. If it were up to me, I would say to you, simply speaking, to shelve all of it, because even though there are some things in here, I think, to go back and re-deliberate, because those resolutions were born out of some pretty hateful comments that have really hurt the entire community, the Jewish community per se. Speaking in my capacity as a rabbi and as former president of the Canadian Jewish Congress, which represents the overwhelming majority of the Jewish population of Canada, the organized Jewish community, I can say that we are very hurt by the obvious blatant anti-Semitism that was in the background materials. We have prided ourselves in the working together with the United Church over the course of years, and have worked together in many ways on many issues, and have fostered a great spirit of cooperation between us, which I think, and I'm not speaking here in terms of a threat, I just can't see this continuing if there is a motion to pass to boycott Israel in any way, shape, or form. We all want peace. That is not an issue. We're all deeply committed to peace. We're terribly upset about the situation there, as we are in so many war situations all over the world. But to single out Israel for approbation, to single out Israel as if it's the one to blame, without even mentioning anything about the suicide bombers, not calling for a total rejection of, you have in some materials, but in the boycott issue, which is the one that is the most disturbing, I have no problem with calling for peace, even whatever positions you may take, because, politically the differences of opinion, which are nice. But the fairness dictates of saying, we're going to boycott Israel academic institutions, or whatever they may be, is to basically point the finger and say, Israel, you're at fault. To say, for example, that Israel is an apartheid state is so absurd and it's basic lunacy. 10%, the 10 members of the Knesset that are Israeli Arabs. 1.5 million Israeli Arabs have a right to vote. They live in Israel. We desperately want to have peace. We're a country of about 7 million, surrounded by 250 million. We're not stupid. You think we want to go to war with the entire world around us? We want desperately to live in peace, and what we need desperately is a peace partner. So if you could reformulate a resolution which basically urges all of the parties there to eliminate the doctrines of hate, not to teach hate, not to raise suicide bombers, to have a mutuality. If Israel and Palestine can walk together in peace, together, cooperatively, that's our desire. And what I would urge the United Church, with its influence and with its total seriousness, is to think in a positive direction, not punitive measures, not boycott measures, but to say, what can we do to foster the togetherness, to bring this thing out so that we eliminate hate from the conversation, we eliminate bigotry from it. And yes, once that happens, everything is okay. Look what happened in Gaza. Israel left Gaza with everything that was in it. So the wall is not an issue, the wall can go down. Once hate disappears, we have the Middle East the way we want it, namely where everyone lives side by side, peacefully, and working harmoniously to build better lives for all individuals. Thank you very much.